Yes, the real media.
KJAG Radio and KMA Entertainment, your source for entertainment news and interviews in Central and South Central Kansas. The best of the best are here, and we go above and beyond to bring you the most bang for your buck. Find us on the social sites like Facebook and Twitter. Log on to kjagradio.com and jiggyjaguar.com for more.
Thank you. Good night.
I placed first violin in the Harlem Quartet.
Now, the Harlem Quartet playing McPherson Opera House this evening. Tell me about what did you think when you walked into the theater here?
When I saw this beautiful theater, I thought I was in a movie, in a period movie. It kind of reminded me of, an old Western movie where the high society used to attend concerts. And I was very happy because I can tell it's built with an acoustic instrument in mind. So we don't need amplification. And you play two notes and the whole just gives it back to you, and it's very fulfilling. It's very, very nice feeling.
Now talk to me about how you got started doing music.
Well, in my personal case, both my parents were musicians back in Cuba, where I'm from. And so my dad is a conductor, symphony orchestra conductor, my mom a pianist. So pretty early on I used to hear this kind of music. And before I knew it, I had a toy violin that pretty soon turned into a nightmare violin because I had to practice every day. So that's how I started.
Now talk to me about playing the violin. Is that the only instrument you play, or do you do other instruments?
This is the only instrument I dedicated a lot of time to playing, but most string players also play piano because it helps us with understanding the harmony and the context of the music. We are a melodic instrument, so we only play one note, but if you play a little bit of piano, you can complete the chord and have a better sense of the music as a whole. But short answer, only violin.
That's cool. So what is the hardest thing that you learned learning to play the violin? What was the hardest thing that you had to go through?
The hardest thing to play violin is kind of hard to pinpoint that one secret hardest thing, but I can tell you intonation, just simply play the right pitch at every given moment is always a challenge. We don't have frets, we don't have keys like the piano. The slightest inclination of your fingertip, we simply put a note off key and out of tune, and that's something that it's still to this day is hard. So again, it's very hard to pinpoint that one hard thing, but if I had to, I would say intonation.
That's cool. Now, how long have you been touring with the Harlem Quartet and playing all these massive shows around the country and around the world?
Well, the Harlem Quartet was founded 7 years ago, and I'm a founding member. So the answer is 7 years. And we just counted the other days, and we are shy of 8 states out of all 50 states.
Wow.
And that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. We've been to places like Alaska, South Africa. Obviously, that's an international venue. But just to give you a sense of how far we've gone from New York.
Yeah. Now, what's the hardest thing about being on the road with the Harlem Quartet? Is it what's been one of the hardest things over the 7 years?
One of the hardest things, well, in my case, I'm married and I have a family. So sometimes it's like if it goes over a week, already you start getting homesick. And this particular tour is 3 weeks. So it's particularly tough on the family relationship. But my family is super supportive. My wife, that is, because my kids are really young, 4 and 2. Yeah. So I think they're okay for now with seeing my face on the phone. Thank God for technology these days. That and getting the proper food, not only the proper food, but at the proper times. Sometimes we're in the wrong times at an airport. Yep. All you can do at that point is eat whatever you find because you must eat. So those 2 things, sometimes sleep also is a factor, but one of the hardest I think for everybody is, even if I'm the only one married with a family, it's perhaps not sleeping in your own bed for so long.
How did you go about selecting the people that were in the Harlem Quartet? How did, being a founding member, how did you guys?
That's a great question. The audition process to be in the Harlem Quartet took us about a year.
Oh, really?
We are not exclusive at all. As you can see, our membership is very diverse. But we're very selective when it comes to the set of skills and the chemistry with all the members. Very specifically, we wanted somebody that could do classical music at the highest standard, as well as have a feel for jazz. And to play jazz, you need more than just skills. You need a kind of ear and background that allows you to be more flexible and more rhythmical. So it took us a long time, and even if we found people like that, we didn't necessarily enjoy spending a dinner, like having a dinner conversation or something. So it took us a while. So these new members really passed a long process, and we're very happy with them.
That's cool.
They're the one.
Well, that's good. So you said you're on a 3-week tour. Where are you guys going to be going after this evening?
Well, let me start. We just came from... Oh, I already forgot. No, we did a week somewhere awesome. Oh my goodness, I forgot. So let me just focus on this time.
Okay.
We are in Kansas, and we're doing few cities in Kansas. Then we're going to Arizona, and again we're doing few cities. The first is Tucson, and then we're doing few. And we have a little window we made especially to go see the Grand Canyon.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool.
I'm still thinking where we just came from. Where was that? That's crazy. We flew from New York to...
It must not have been...
yeah, exactly. But that should not make it in the show. Yeah.
But how do you guys use the internet and social media and all that to get your message out there? Do you guys have like a Harlem Quartet Facebook page or?
Absolutely, we have a Harlem Quartet Facebook page and a website. That's cool. We like to update the page, especially the Facebook. We just took a couple of pictures in Iola and put it right away.
That's cool.
And we like to do that kind of thing. And also with we tend to visit schools a lot, because part of our mission is to bring classical music to areas where maybe perhaps they won't come out to the concerts. That is often like, inner city schools, things of that sort. And every time we go to a place like that, and we have the consent of the parents, we put a picture with the kids, and we do have a lot of fun on those type of activities.
That's cool. Now, when you guys go and do the school programs and things like that, what are some of the students and people? What do they ask you about the Harlem Quartet or anything? Do you guys get any
All the time. They always the teacher says, "Can we have a question and answer session after?" And we are like, "No, we're gonna have it during the concert because that's the best." So for instance, we play a minuet by Mozart, and a kid will say if we don't get bored with that, and because they would ask things like that, And I said, "What do you prefer, to play a minuet by Mozart or a piece by Chick Corea, the jazz guy, which is much more lively?" And we say what I'm about to tell you. So when Mozart wrote that, he was an entertainer. So he didn't ever mean for Royal to get bored, because he would get fired.
Yeah.
So the way we deliver this old music must have the same spirit, which is entertainment.
Yeah.
And dance spirit, and a lot of improvisation in Mozart.
That's cool.
And then I would say things like, you sing Cinderella, you sing how they used to wear these gowns, and imagine Mozart's time, everyone had that, so they had to move a little bit slower. And, we get into great conversations.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, how do we find you guys on the internet?
The direct ways on Facebook, if you type Harlem Quartet,
It'll pop right
will
up.
come up. Google, you type Harlem Quartet, it will lead you to our website.
Amazing stuff.
And on YouTube, we have many videos.
You're on YouTube. That's good.
Many videos. One of them, a lot of fun, like a real video clip. Our debut album is called Take the A Train. So we did a real video clip of us with the A Train.
That's cool.
And with the soundtrack behind it, and we act a little bit. It's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for doing this, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you much.